Hello, everyone. Today, I'm very lucky and very happy to have with a person who does so many different things that I don't know how to describe him. He has to describe himself. Right now, we have with us Nikhilesh Tayal. Let's listen to him. Over to you, Nikhilesh.
Yeah, thanks both for having me. So my name is Nikhilesh. Uh, I live in Udaipur, better known as City of Lakes. So after my studies, after my education, I was working in Bangalore, and but somehow I have this somehow I don't feel comfortable in metro cities. That's my what you can say challenge. So because of my education and the kind of education I did, you know I most of my friends, most of my colleagues, they live in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, and if I have to work in corporate or in any other sector with startups, I also have to be there, like in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore. But somehow, I don't feel like living in a metro. Don't, I don't feel comfortable. I always, feel comfortable in a small location like Udaipur. So that was, the first thing which I realized, that somehow I am not, I'll not be able to spend my life in a big city in my own 2 BHK 3 BHK, where I'm just confined. I cannot speak with my neighbors, or it takes around 2 hours or 3 hours to visit, or if we have to basically, or if we have to go somewhere, we have to spend around 30 minutes or 1 hour. So that was not, somehow I was not comfortable with that. So with that thought, basically I left my job and I came back to Udaipur. So I came back to Udaipur, and few of the things I have interest in. So I have interest in technology. I have, I used to do theater in college and school days. So from that time I had interest in acting, in in creative work, in basically directing the play. So I used to direct plays, and also I had that interest as well. So so when I came to Udaipur, I was figuring out what I can do, right? So how can I, how can I be like earn my livelihood and still I can survive, and I can live in a place. Because in a small town like Udaipur, I did not have much opportunities to work, right? Because people will not give me a job, and even if they give me a job, that job will not give me that satisfaction. So I have to somehow be self-employed, build a business, something like that. Something I had to figure it out. So by some means, I figured out that so basically I figured out a problem, and then I started working on a startup, which was my first startup, which was CvBhejo. We were trying to build a mobile based recruitment platform. We struggled, then we raised some funding, and then we sold that startup. So that was that was decent start for me. And then I wanted to pursue my interest. So after that, basically, once I was done with that first startup, I started teaching theater to kids here in school, in Udaipur. Like there is an organization here called Shikshantar. So I used to. That was not that was not for from the business or from the employment perspective. It's just that because I wanted to just be involved in theater. So I started teaching them, and then and then few other people came, so we did some shows. We did a play as well, a full length play. And it was around 2014, around. So basically, you know at that time I also started a blog featuring other filmmakers, people who want to become filmmakers. So I wanted to basically showcase their story to the world, like you are giving voice to people to speak. That time I was giving voice to filmmakers so that they can share their stories. It was not in the video format, it was basically in the text format. So basically I used to interview them, and basically I used, and whatever answers they used to give me, I used to record those interviews, and I used to write those answers. So like in 6 months around, basically I took some 200 plus interviews. People were all, now few of them have actually become Bollywood directors. Now they have directed a couple of films. So now, so those were the people. Those people were from FTII, or people were, just making ad films and things. So this is what I was doing. This was November 2014 to April 2015. In 6 months' time, I basically did some 200 interviews. I was enjoying that, and I was, like I didn't know that basically. Now, what happened after that was basically uh, that when my friends used to ask me that, what I'm up to, what I'm doing nowadays. So I used to tell them that, I have created this blog, and I interview filmmakers, and this is what. So then people told me, okay, these are filmmakers, can they create videos for us? I have a business, can they create videos for us? And then then it struck me that, okay, unknowingly, I basically now I have 200 plus people who can actually create any kind of videos, right? So now I have a supply side, and now if I bridge, if I bring in demand, as in if I bring people who want to make videos, this could become a marketplace, and we could start a business. So this is what I did. So the thing with, so unknowingly I started taking, like, unknowingly, there was no intention to start this business. I just wanted to interact with filmmakers because I like interacting with them, and then basically I but somehow this became a business idea, and we ran this business for about 7 years. In COVID, there was a hit because shooting was stopped, and travel, we could not travel, and marketing budgets also dried up. So in COVID, we faced that business was low, and that time also, but and then also this the space became competitive. So basically, I decided to move on from that business. It was a, like, till we ran it for 7 years, it was a good decent business. We worked with many companies, with artists, celebrities, and my interest of creativity, making films, and I learned everything on my own. Like, I did not know anything about filmmaking, and then I started, within 2 through 3 years I learned filmmaking by after going to sets. I used to write scripts. Some of the videos got viral as well. We created videos for companies like Shell, Hindustan Times, Amazon. So we created ad films for these people, startups. So that was done. So that was done. And then after that, it was in around 2022. I thought that now I so now my so I have two interests. Like, I have basically, one is creativity around this thing, and second one is technology. So I was thinking that, somehow now the technology part is missing. So then I just out of, so I was thinking that what now, what all things which are happening in technology space. So that time blockchain was, was it high. So I started learning blockchain. I thought, okay, let me now I have free time. Let me start a new technology. Blockchain has come. So I started learning technology. I started learning blockchain. I learned it for about 6 months. That was good. I had an idea to work, to create a product around blockchain. I was working on it, and then I realized that, this project would require a lot of AI integrations as well. And this was like before all this, before Chat GPT has come. So people were not talking AI so much as they talk nowadays. So then I thought, okay, let me learn AI as well, because it will help me in making that platform. So I started learning AI, and while I was learning, ChatGPT came, and suddenly everyone was started talking about AI and all. So again, I learned AI for 6 months, and then uh, like, I realized that the idea that I had previously, is not viable. So I started, I like, I wanted to figure out that what exactly now I can, what I can do now. And during that time, so I was really figuring out what product can I make, would it be, or any tool, AI software tool, or whatever I was figuring out. And then somehow, basically, I got an invite from a college to speak on AI, to give a lecture on generative AI. So I thought, okay, let me create. It would be a good experience for me to go and speak about generative AI, whatever I. So I created a presentation. I spoke. So that college was so and then so the college was NIT Delhi. I went there, and basically we had an online session. We talked about the generative AI, and then somehow I didn't know,
Just a
but
second, Nikhilesh. Just a second. A college like NIT Delhi invited you, who had not become an expert. How did they get to know you?
So I started posting on LinkedIn. So
Ah,
I started posting my knowledge on LinkedIn. I started posting like wow, and somehow, so while I was learning AI, few things which I realized that I don't know, because so I never had interest in teaching. I never taught anyone, but when I was learning AI, just there were few concepts which I thought that could be explained in a better way. So I just wrote those, like I simplified those concepts and posted on LinkedIn,
yeah.
right? And that time, no, not many people are actually talking about not many people were talking about generative AI.
Yes.
So maybe because of that, they basically they realized, and then they approached me, that, and it was like a one hour session. It was like a guest lecture, that can you take a guest lecture for us. So I took that guest lecture, and unknowingly I realized that I also have you know uh, some what you say some talent in teaching. So like I can simplify complex topics, and I can present. So, and even I was not aware of this skill when I and so so I just basically created a presentation. I gave that presentation. Now people, so these students refer other students from JNU Delhi. So they referred their friends, that now, because we attended a lecture, you can also ask him to give a presentation. So then these guys approached me. So basically, then I delivered a lecture for them, and then for few for few colleges I delivered a lecture. And then there's a college here in Udaipur, which is Gitanjali Institute of Technology. So they approached me that can you teach AI to our students? Like, we have a semester gap, so we have a 1 month's time. Can you teach AI to our students for 20 days in that 1 month? So then I actually created a course curriculum for their students of for 20 days, and then I realized that I enjoy teaching as well, which I never knew, right? And then I thought, okay, this is also, this is something which I never explored. So then I started creating a course on AI. Then I took these 6 things very seriously, that this is an opportunity. And then basically I thought of, okay, let me start this business now. And I started basically. So now basically we are trying to build an edtech platform for basically IT professionals to learn AI, and I also teach these people. So this is what the situation is.
It's very,
Uh,
very interesting. I must say that I am just bowled over that you don't know what you can do. It's like tomorrow you will tell me, I went into the forest and I suddenly discovered that I know how to do X in the forest because I'd never done it before. Now I found it out. So actually, you have a lot of things that you can do when teaching theater, making videos, doing AI, blockchain. And it is just actually amazing. But how do you manage to make enough money in all this? What's your source of money?
yeah, so like whatever I did, we made money, because we basically working on basically, so first was CvBhejo. That time we raised funds. In second startup, we were a profitable company. We took projects from big companies. Like we had around 160 plus paying clients.
Okay.
So we worked with startups, we worked with corporates like corporates like Shell India, Hindustan Times, Amazon. So these were our clients. So that we were profitable. And then in the third setup also, now I teach professionals, so they pay me fees.
Okay, good. So wonderful. So your income needs are met, and your personal needs that you want to live in a small town like Udaipur, which is actually a nice tourist destination these days, are also met.
Right.
And you have enough friends and families there, right?
Right.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell us? I do want to talk to you offline, but tell us if there's anything else that you want to share with us, with everybody.
No, like, so this is my story, and
Okay.
again, you never know. Like after few years, I might be exploring any other things, because this is what I have realized, that once you give your heart and soul to anything, you can learn anything and you can do anything.
Yeah.
So I came from IT background. I did an startup in recruitment, and then I made film at ad films, and then now I am teaching AI. All things are like completely different. You can't. So when I was making films, I never thought that I'll be teaching AI. That was like, and even no one no one believes me, that even if I say that I used to make ad films.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe you'll use AI to make ads.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, this is very good. I'm so happy that you are here and you have told us that not everybody loves big cities, and you can even thrive even in a smaller town. Okay. And that's a very, very powerful message, that if you have the skills and you have the hard work and motivation, obviously, and you know how to do things, you can do it even in a smaller town. It's not a lost cause that you have to suffer the indignities of large towns. And it's a very powerful message, I think. So thank you for that, Nikhilesh. I want to end it here. I want to have a few minutes to talk to you offline. And so let's say bye to the viewers. I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Bye, everybody.